Iron Man and Doctor Doom actor Robert Downey Jr. claims that the rise of Pedro Pascal has reaffirmed his faith in the Hollywood industry and apparatus. Roll this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. Downey made these comments in a Vanity Fair cover story about the rise of Pedro Pascal, and he specifically said Pascal's slow trajectory to becoming a household name who is on a wildly hot streak kind of reaffirms my faith in our industry. We did not get any other details or information other than that. We don't know if his faith was flagging, how it reaffirms his faith. There's nothing else besides that one sentence. But that one sentence tells us a lot, I think. I think Pascal's slow trajectory, that is not true. I think this guy has clearly been propped up by the Hollywood apparatus. He showed up in Game of Thrones, and he's now in everything, and he is everywhere. He is in the Fantastic Four as Reed Richards. He's in HBO's The Last of Us as Joel. He's in Star Wars as the Mandalorian. He's showing up in sequels to Ridley Scott's Gladiator film. He's also in a bunch of these niche films such as Materialists and Eddington. The guy is everywhere. He is everywhere. So I don't think he has had a slow trajectory whatsoever. He has been fast-tracked ever since he showed up in Game of Thrones. Now, as far as him reaffirming Downey's faith, again, who even knows what that means? But for me, it reaffirms that Hollywood likes to push these people that are going to promote the agendas that they are trying to push, not only in their films, but also through the press tour. And we know Pedro pushes all of those things, right? He is comparing Trump voters to Nazis and Confederates. He's pushing gender ideology. He's attacking J.K. Rowling. He says all the things that the woke ideologues in Hollywood like him to say. So that's how it reaffirms my thoughts on Hollywood, that they aren't changing at all, really, whatsoever. They're just doubling down on it. What I did find interesting, though, was that while Downey was claiming that Pascal's rise has reaffirmed his faith in the industry, Pascal was telling Vanity Fair that he's actually become aware of significant backlash against his casting as Reed Richards in this Fantastic Four film. He says, I'm more aware of disgruntlement around my casting than anything I've ever done. He's too old. He's not right. He needs to shave. And so I think that is interesting there as well. And I do think that is a legitimate it should be a legitimate concern for him, because I think he is everywhere, and he's there everywhere too fast. It's not a slow trajectory, again, as I said, that he is in everything. And I think that becomes difficult for many people to suspend their disbelief because they view him from whatever they saw him as the first time. So they view him as the character from Game of Thrones, and it's hard to see him as Reed Richards because all they're seeing is him from Game of Thrones or whatever TV show, movie you originally saw him from. I think that is definitely something. And then there's also just the fact that he is just everywhere, and there's fatigue. It's like, isn't there anyone else in Hollywood that can do these jobs? Why is it constantly this guy? I think there is clearly people that can do that job just as well as him or even better, yet they are choosing him nearly every single time, right? And so I think people are just kind of fatigued, especially because he's been in everything so quickly and so recently, right? And people just kind of get fatigued just seeing him show up in everything. Additionally, he's cautious on what the reception of the film will be. He says, I'm getting an inkling of excitement because it seems to reflect what our common goal was and what we want to share, which is all of our effing hearts on a planet within this genre. You just never know if people are going to be disgusted by your heart or not. Well, I, for one, am pretty disgusted by Pedro Pascal's heart, at least based on what he posts and everything like that. It is quite twisted, quite dark, and nasty, despite the fact that the media is always trying to tell us the opposite of what he is actually doing. So if that's what he's going to be showing us in the movie, what we see with him on social media, I don't think people are going to like it. And there are plenty of red flags indicating that is going to be the case. Obviously, Pascal's casting is one of those. You also have Vanessa Kirby's comments. She plays Sue Storm, making it clear that the movie would be exploring gender politics. We now have multiple rumors claiming that Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four, indicating that that's part of the gender politics. They obviously sex-swapped Silver Surfer. They are now mocking the iconic catchphrase for the Thing. It's clobbering time. They're turning it into a joke and a punchline, and they just lack respect for the legacy that have brought them here. And those are all massive red flags for this movie. And I have a feeling it's going to be MCU all over again, because we haven't really seen Marvel eschew any of that stuff, despite the fact that they are claiming they're taking new directions and doing all this stuff. Yet it is the same thing over and over and over again. So it's interesting that Pascal is somewhat self-aware of this stuff. But Robert Downey Jr. here is saying that him being everywhere reaffirms his faith in the industry, while Pascal is like, yeah, maybe I'm in too many things. Because interestingly enough, outside of the upcoming Avengers films he will star in and his ongoing role in The Last of Us, he revealed he has no film projects currently lined up and is considering a return to theater to perform something that Canadian poet Anne Carson has written. So maybe he even realizes that people are getting burnt out on him, and maybe he needs to take a sabbatical, and then maybe come back in a year or so or something like that, instead of just constantly churning out this stuff seemingly every single month. I feel like it has been, at least here in 2025. But let me know what you guys make of what Robert Downey Jr. had to say here. What do you make of Pascal's comments about him becoming aware of people not happy about his casting? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?